He was China's most valuable spy inside the U.S. for 20 years, until the day he made one mistake he couldn't walk back. On the morning of his retirement party, he received 2 envelopes, one from the CIA, one from Beijing. Both said the same thing, no. 20 years. That's how long Dr. Raymond Chen lived a double life, inside one of the most sensitive agencies in the United States government, while quietly serving a foreign intelligence service he had never once met face to face. He was meticulous, he was careful, he was by every measure untouchable. Until he wasn't. Raymond Chen held dual nationality, American-born with deep family ties to mainland China. On paper, he was a senior analyst at the Department of Energy, one of the federal government's most classified environments. He had a spotless 20-year performance record, glowing evaluations, a government pension he would never collect. But beneath that record ran a second career. For 2 decades, Chen had been feeding classified technical assessments to a Chinese intelligence handler he knew only through encrypted channels. No meetings, no dead drops, no tradecraft from the movies, just data, disappearing eastward one encrypted file at a time. The operation was so compartmentalized that even Beijing's left hand didn't know what the right was doing. He believed the system couldn't catch what it couldn't see. On one unremarkable Tuesday, Chen made a mistake so small that it wouldn't have registered to a civilian. He misspelled a technical term. Not a common word. Not a typo you'd find in any dictionary or textbook. This was a piece of internal jargon, a compound term that existed only inside a classified U.S. government document that had never been made public. He used it in an email to his Chinese handler. He spelled it wrong, in exactly the same way it appeared in the classified original. That one misspelling was a fingerprint, and 2 governments read it at the same time. Counterintelligence flagged the anomaly within hours. Chen's handler, on the Beijing side, flagged it within hours as well, but for a very different reason. Before we go further, I want to ask you something, and I genuinely want to read your answer in the comments. If you were Raymond Chen in this moment, 72 hours before both governments close in, what would you do? Run, confess, disappear, or something else entirely? Drop your answer below, because what he actually chose is going to surprise you. The CIA did not knock on his door, they never do, not immediately. Instead, they watched every call, every movement, every login to his government terminal. They needed confirmation before they moved. Beijing moved faster. Within 24 hours, Chen's handler went silent. The encrypted channel, always active, always responsive, dead. His contact didn't disappear. He was sanitized, pulled from the operation before any blowback could trace back to Chinese intelligence. Raymond Chen was now completely alone, caught between 2 governments that had both decided he was more useful as a problem to be managed than as an asset to be protected. He had 72 hours, and he knew it. Quick note, if you found this story this way, you're already the kind of person who belongs on this channel. Cold Reckoning covers intelligence failures, classified operations, and the moments where human error reshapes history. Hit subscribe, it costs you nothing and you won't miss what's coming next. Now, back to Raymond Chen, and the choice that changed everything. What Chen did next was not what either government expected. He didn't run. He didn't destroy his files. He didn't lawyer up and wait for the knock. Instead, he walked into the FBI field office 2 miles from his home and asked to speak to a counterintelligence officer, voluntarily. He gave them everything: 20 years of operational memory, handler communications, classified documents he had photographed and transmitted, the compartmentalized architecture of a Chinese intelligence network that neither the CIA nor the NSA had fully mapped. He didn't just confess, he defected from his own operation. The intelligence reversal was immediate and seismic. The information Chen provided led to the identification of at least 11 Chinese intelligence assets operating across 3 U.S. government agencies, assets that had never appeared on any watch list. Here's what intelligence analysts still talk about when this case comes up in training rooms. Beijing had protected Chen for 20 years. They had built firewalls around him. They had kept him operational long past the point where other assets would have been cut loose. And when the moment of maximum danger arrived, when he needed them most, they disappeared him in under 24 hours. It was that abandonment, not the CIA surveillance, not the fear of prosecution, that made Chen walk through the FBI's door. Karma didn't arrive from the direction the agency expected. It arrived from his own side. Raymond Chen was sentenced to 19 years. He served 7 in a facility whose location was never publicly disclosed. The intelligence network he dismantled took Beijing an estimated decade to rebuild. And it all started with a misspelling. The most sophisticated intelligence operations in history have not been broken by satellites or signals intercepts or billion-dollar surveillance systems. They've been broken by human error, a missed detail, a moment of carelessness after years of perfect discipline. The lesson intelligence agencies took from Raymond Chen's case is simple and brutal. The longer an asset operates without a mistake, the more dangerous the first mistake becomes, because they stop believing it's possible. 20 years of perfection, one Tuesday, one word. That's cold reckoning. If you want more stories like this, the real ones, the classified ones, the ones that change how you see the world, subscribe. Every case we cover is a lesson in how power actually works. We'll see you in the next one.